Good morning, Elle Ingalls here at pressure-free.com. And these are, I believe there are 303 steps here. So I was intending to go up these stairs. I walk them. There would have been a time in my life where I could have run them, but I don't run them anymore. I walk them. They're very steep and they take you to the top, and then you can go down the other side to Oval Beach. I got here to the steps and there's a sign, please wear a mask. Okay, so there's no one on the stairs. This is a great question for you. Are you a rule follower? Do you follow the rules? Because I don't have a mask with me. Now I could walk down the street back to where I'm staying and get a mask and then do the stairs, or I have another choice. Like, what is the purpose of my walk this morning? So the purpose of my walk is definitely because I walk every day and I want to breathe and just feel beautiful. So instead, I'm going to take a walk this way. I'm not going to disobey the rule. I'm not going to go back that way to the condo to get a mask. I'm going to take a different walk. So let's see what we see here. I'll take you out on this walk with me. So I want to talk about, you're going to hit obstacles. We hit obstacles constantly. And, what are you going to do? I'll take you over here first, this little lookout. What are you going to do when the obstacle comes? There's so many choices. But we'll sometimes just sit and stew and complain. I could have just complained, oh crap, I don't have a mask, so I can't go up the 303 steps. Or I could say, I'm just going to take a different walk out. I love this little walk I'm going to take now. I've taken it before. I've got people kayaking out there. It's just a gorgeous spring day here. So I'm not going to let the fact that I didn't have a mask, ruin my walk. I'm not going to do that. So that was the first choice I made to myself. It's like, I'm not going to again, let this rule that I just encountered ruin my day. But I bet you that rules that you encounter ruin your day all the time. Or small little things, like getting caught in a traffic jam, not getting somewhere on time. All sorts of little things can stop us from having a beautiful day. So I'm not going to let that little sign back there stop me from having a beautiful day. For those of you just joining, I couldn't go up the 303 steps in Saugatuck because I didn't have a mask. So I'm following the rules, even though nobody was on the stairs, taking a different walk. So think about something for a moment that's been an obstacle for you, something you've encountered and you've just felt kind of helpless, powerless, like there's nothing you can do. Most of the time we feel that way because we've triggered fight or flight. So when you trigger fight or flight, this is a gorgeous garden, by the way. When you've triggered fight or flight, it's really hard to, let me flip this around for you. I'm gonna go this way so you can see the view as I walk. Once you've triggered fight or flight, it's really hard for you to find solutions and answers to what's going on for you. So I want you to just pause when you start to hit an obstacle. I want you to pause and not release those stress hormones so your brain can think. You can come up with so many ideas when you ask empowering questions. So one of my tools is flip the switch. We've got to flip the switch on the old habit of going down into misery, victimhood, like we can't solve things, okay? We've got to flip the switch on that and ask an empowering question. So the empowering question can be, how can I solve this? Just simple like that. How can I solve this? When I'm working with students, I'll say to them, okay, what grade do you want? Like, what grade do you want in a class? I've worked with so many students in the past year who were failing. They were failing classes. And it was because they were just thrown for a loop with all of this virtual, non-virtual, in and out of school, lack of structure. And so I would say to them, okay, what grade do you want in that class? And usually if they were failing, they say, oh, if I could just get a C, if I could just get a B. I just had 2 students, all getting A's and B's now, who had E's just a few weeks ago. When you can keep yourself from triggering those stress hormones, you can think and you can get solutions. I watch this over and over again with people. We get stuck. We get stuck in the obstacles. We get stuck there and we think there's no way out. There's no way to change this. There's no way to solve it. That's not true. But that's how your thinking will be when you're under the influence of stress hormones. That is the key. When you're under the influence of stress hormones, let's go this way because look at that. It's just beautiful up there. When you're under the influence of stress hormones, it's really easy to feel hopeless, feel like it's not possible. But when you can stop the release of those hormones, and again, you got to do it for 24 hours, stop the release of those hormones, your brain is going to be able to think. You are going to be able to come up with solutions that could be so life-changing for you. I want to go back to the student example. So imagine for a moment, you're back in high school and you had to go through this COVID thing. You had to go through this change in school all the time and your grades plummeted to E's. And you're going to graduate from high school. Maybe you're not going to graduate now. You're going to have to redo it over. Imagine how hopeless that could feel. I had a student who had 56 assignments they had to make up. But you know what? They did it when their brain got clear. So it's very strategic. And the first step is figuring out your targets and noticing the obstacles. So I hope you have a great pressure-free day. Good morning. And I'm here for you. I'm so here for you. I'm going to do a parenting conference. If you're on my email list, you got a little message. If you're not on my email list and you want to be, just put your email in Messenger here and I'll make sure you get my newsletters and little updates about what I'm doing these days. So I'm going to do a parenting conference with some really great parenting experts. And I'm super jazzed about this. It's Friday, June 4th. So stay tuned for that, and I would love to have you attend. Or if you know a parent or a grandparent who's working with students, or a teacher, or a psychologist or mental health professional, student counselor, it's tough times right now, and I've created this parenting conference to help us get through it with, not just get through it, but actually thrive and turn it all around. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. And just my students who are working with right now, they would attest to it. Like there's no reason to not have an absolutely fabulous year. And that's what can happen when you're not messing up your body and your mind continually with those nasty stress hormones. So have a great pressure-free day. Again, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that amazing parenting conference. And that's for parents of students. Whoops, we got lots of traffic here. We'll wait till these guys go by. This is for parents not just of student-aged children or babies, but also adult children. I have worked with people with adult children right now who are really struggling. And so if you have a child of any age who's struggling right now, I'm here for you. And this parenting conference is going to give you some really cool tips. So have a great pressure-free day. And again, when that obstacle comes, make sure you stay pressure-free. Have a great one. Bye.